We're grateful for who God is. That list of names given, holy and mighty and all of that, that's just the beginning of things. When Jesus was jousting with the Pharisees, Jesus made it clear to them that when you start talking about me, you're talking about something that surpasses Abraham. Because before Abraham was, he said, my name is I am. In other words, when you open up the book to look at all of the good things that a person can possibly be, mighty and triumphant and awesome and holy, he says that that's just the beginning of it. He had to close the book when trying to describe himself and just said, I am. Start your roll of names of all the things I am. That's just the beginning. There is no single word that encompasses all that God is. That's why when you are on his side, when you make a commitment to him, you can't possibly lose. Because he just am. Not was, that would signify that at some point he started being that, and at some point he might stop being that. He says, go back to the beginning of time, and the page before that, I still am. Go off into the future, and I am. I just always am. I'm not confined to any space of time. I'm not just one picture. I'm the whole movie. I go back before the movie starts. I just am. That's why in John, where he says, in the beginning was the Word, it really isn't in the beginning. There's no definite article the there in the manuscripts. It simply is in beginning was the Word. And the reason for that is if you had in the beginning, it would signify at a specific point in time, the beginning, the Word was. But when you take out the definite article the, it just says in beginning before.
Hi, I'm Jerry Royce. I am the director and creator of Who I Am, the docuseries. This is a series that will be part of Late Night with Jerry Royce Live Worldwide and produced by Paula G. of Atlanta, Georgia. I want to introduce these gentlemen that have found their way into my studio, and they allowed me to point my cameras and my microphones at them. I give them an opportunity to tell a story, be transparent with you and the world. I wanted them to tell us where they came from, where they're going, what was their journey like growing up as a child in America, or wherever they came from, with or without a father. What's their story? And tell it from your heart. In my opinion, America doesn't know us that well. Never gave men of color a chance to tell their own story on TV, movies, in a courtroom, or books. It's always told by someone else, someone who never walked in our shoes, or they wait till we were dead to tell it for us. America and the world has always been so disturbed, perplexed about us. It's painted an ugly painting of us. America's gotten the story all wrong. That's not men of color. Wrong story, America. She has a nose in too many other people's business to get it right. So we're going to tell our own story. We're more than gifted athletes and musicians and rappers, thugs, or dancers. We are so rich with history. We are strong, we are wise, we're professional, we are inventors, innovators, discoverers, employers, influencers, businessmen, stockholders. We're investors, leaders, and community advocates. Doctors, lawyers, we are builders of things. We're writers, directors, creators, producers, actors. We're brothers and fathers. We're grandfathers. And we take care of our communities and our businesses. We raise our little girls and our little boys. We love our moms and our dads and our grandparents, and we take care of them. America never gets that story. So right here on Who I Am, the docuseries, Jerry Royce Live is going to allow these men of color, to tell their own story to America and to the world. This series will be ongoing right here on Late Night with Jerry Royce Live Worldwide. So please share and tell everybody about who I am. Hope this will be motivating and you feel the power of who I am. Feel the power.
Why I chose to do The Next Man Up. First of all, I want to say thank you, Brother Jerry Royce, for blessing me. I love what you do. I love what you bring to the table. You give us a platform to be who we are and allow the world to see who we are. And that's what we need, because we are not just people, we are men. And it's okay for us to be men. We are men that love, that respect, and honor each other. We are love. We are love. We are men that love and respect and honor ourselves. That's who we are. And that's who I choose to be. That's why I'm the next man up.
Awesome, bro. Awesome.
Greetings. I am Harvey Morris, and I'm the next man up. Who I am. I am a child of the Most High Yahweh. I'm a father of 3 children, and then I have extended children. I am a friend. I am a husband. I am a man. I am what I believe God made me to be. I love to have fun. I love to do music. I love to make music. I love to love. I love to respect. I love to honor people. I love my queen. I honor her. I respect her. I enjoy her. I am who God made me to be. What was it like growing up as Harvey Morris? Well, growing up as Harvey Morris, I grew up in a family with my grandmother, my great-grandmother, my mother, my dad. He was around sometime. I grew up in a Christian home, predominantly women. Oh, my grandfather was there. It was a home of love. I grew up in a home with a lot of love, a lot of hugs. I was almost like the black sheep. I was the kid that, you know, when I would come over to my family's house, my cousins would hide their toys because they thought I was going to break them up, which I did sometimes. But it wasn't that I was intentionally breaking them up. I always wanted to learn how things worked. So I knew how to take things apart. I just didn't know how to put them back together. That was very interesting. I grew up with a lot of people in my life trying to help me, but to some degree didn't realize that they were hurting me with their statements, their approaches. But I had to learn how to understand and share and give of myself even when I didn't want to. I wasn't the greatest student, not of school, but I learned how to become a student of life. I learned how to respect myself and respect other people. I understood and learned how to learn that life is not just about things. Life is about me. What is it like being Harvey Morris growing up as a young boy? Well, I grew up with a lot of love. However, I grew up with grandparents and my parents who were not big educators. So learning was challenging, not because I couldn't learn, but because The things that I was learning in school, my parents didn't always understand, and my grandparents didn't always understand. And even though they understood certain things, they would teach me in a way that wasn't always conducive to not learning, but always conducive to my growth. You know, for example, I remember when I was a kid and I couldn't get the answer fast enough, my grandmother said, "What's the matter with you, boy? You stupid?" And then she would erase the wrong answer and put the right answer. That's the right answer right there. And those are the kind of things I grew up with. I grew up having to learn how to share. But the people I grew up around weren't always nice to me. Hey, it was okay. But then there were other people who weren't very nice to me. Growing up as a young boy, my friends, they were hard on me at times. They used to make fun of me. And it hurt. But I learned. What I learned most was to persevere. No matter what other people said about me, it was important what I was saying to myself. And I learned to rise above all of the negative comments. And I hung on to those who empowered me and helped me to grow in a positive way.
All right, tell us about your friends, man. Were they good influence or bad influence? So you can give us that whole story on that. About your friends.
What about Harvey Morris's friends? Wow. First of all, the first friend I had to learn to be was my own friend. And growing up, I didn't understand that I had to be my own friend. So I would gravitate toward people who I thought were powerful. Yes, they were powerful in their own way, but their power contributed to me self-destructing. I wanted their acceptance. And so therefore I connected with people who were self-destructive. I connected with people who used to smoke and drink and do crazy things. And because I wanted their acceptance, I was doing those things. Wow. I had some good friends. My friends taught me how to fight. My friends taught me how my friends taught me how to love sometimes. My friends taught me how to war. My friends taught me how to survive. But then I found a new friend. His name was Yahweh. And he taught me how to live. He taught me about wisdom. He taught me about self-love. He taught me about being empowered and empowering others. And so my greatest friend is Yahweh.
Man. All right, tell us about a time, growing up as a teenager in high school, like your high school. Like, what was your high school like? You know, being with your friends, school teachers, anybody that was an influence on you being successful?
Wow. Well, let me tell you about my friends growing up and what contributed to my success. When I was in high school, I went to DeWitt Clinton High School, and I played football there. Actually, that's the reason why I went to DeWitt Clinton, was to play football. There was another school that I was supposed to go to, but I chose to go to DeWitt. While I was there, my friends were my coaches. I really enjoyed playing ball, but as a young man growing up, I didn't have the perseverance that I needed. So when I was 17, I connected with a young lady, and we had gotten together and had children, and I ended up leaving school, believing that I can best serve my son by working. What I did do was end up shortchanging myself. I realized that I had to go back to school, so I left high school and I went and got my equivalency. And from there I went on to college. I had the opportunity of going to Fordham University for a minute, but I couldn't stay because I couldn't afford it. So I ended up going to a community college. From there, while I was in school, I ended up going on tour doing music, and I toured the world for, I contribute my success to my mother, to my grandmother, to Yahweh, who is God. I contribute my success to learning how to love myself. I had some great teachers who taught me about self-love, gave me some great books to read. Another part of my success, I learned how to go to counseling. And that was a major, major part of my success. When I was able to recognize there was something wrong, I did something about it. I went to counseling, and it was through counseling and great counselors that I learned how to fix what was broken. And that is what contributed to my success. Yes, well, let's talk about football. When I was in high school, I was playing football, and what I've learned in football was about team, the fellowship of team. And what I mean by that is, I'm trying to find the right word. When you're part of a team, you have to learn to work together. My experience in football in high school was a little different in college. When I went to college and I started playing football, the challenge that I faced was the offense and the defense on the same team would be bickering with each other and making the other, feel bad. And then one day I had to ask the question, how could we possibly win when we don't win with each other? In order to be a successful team, we have to work together. And everybody's job is important on a team. From the water boy all the way to the star quarterback or a star running back, we all have a part. And that is what's important. In order to have a team, we have to recognize that all members count. That's it.
Wow. All right. Now, let's fast forward. Now, you talked about being on tour. Tell us about the experience being on tour, good or bad.
Yes. My experiences with touring. I've had the privilege of being on the road with the Main Ingredient, GQ, Cameo. Who else have I been on tour with? Wow, those are the major three. Also, Milo Z, there's a brother by the name of Milo Z. I was on tour with him. The Golden Gospel Singers, I was on tour with them. What I learned about touring, the road can be a very wonderful place, but it also can be a very lonely place. Touring was great for me because I like to spend a lot of time alone. And so I had the opportunity of getting to meet different people, getting to experience different places around the world, getting to experience other cultures. When I went on tour, I realized that this world was a lot bigger than where I lived. And the thought process is a lot bigger and greater than where I live. The negative parts of touring. If you don't know who you are, you'll get lost. If you don't like to be alone sometimes, you find yourself in precarious situations with precarious people just because you don't want to be alone. The positive parts of touring. Touring was great for me because I made a lot of money, met a lot of people, had a wonderful experience in different areas of life. It was great. I look forward to touring again. That's it. What is fatherhood like for Harvey Morris? Well, having a father, my father wasn't always there. I loved him. I definitely learned about unconditional love with my father, but I also learned about disappointment with my father. Being a father, I learned to be careful about not disappointing my children, even though I have. I realized that before I was a father, I was a person, and I'm learning how to love my way into fatherhood. Sometimes you can speak to my children, and they may give you a different perspective. Of course, we all have different perspectives, but I love my children. I want to do the right thing for my children. Fatherhood is important to me, and being a child of. To sum it up, I've been blessed. I said early on that, I'm a child of the Most High, and that's how I live my life. I live my life as a child of the Most High Yahweh. I didn't start out, well, that's not true. I did start out, being blessed by having grandparents and parents that loved me and kept me in the Word. As I grew up, I strayed away from it. And then as I got even more mature, I came back to it because I realized for me, that's what worked. I had to go through challenges. I went through the challenge of drug addiction. I went through the abusive relationships where I was the abuser. I went through my children not loving or respecting me because I was outside of the home. I went through those challenges. And even to this day, I still live in the residual effect of some of those challenges, particularly with my children. But in spite of that, I've been blessed. I've been blessed with a wonderful wife. I've been blessed to live a life that I'm choosing. And that, for me, is important. No longer am I living a life where I'm reacting to life, but I'm living a proactive life. I'm learning to create life. That's what's important to me, to be able to create my own life. If I had to give any advice, I would say, let's not live a life of regret. Let us live a life of success. But only we can determine what that success is. Each one of us have a different definition of what success is. My definition of success is being healthy, happy, having lots of money, but having that money to empower people. Just educating folks, educating myself, being a rock to my family.
I'm waking up, I'm feeling good, I'm coming through, straight in your hood, it's going down, so tell your friends, you know it's on, so let's begin. I'm waking up, feet on the floor, stretch my arms, bust down the door, and wake up. I've been feeling worse for a long time, been on the block with a strong grind, 53 but it looks like I'm 19, ghost writing for the kingdom and it's all spine. We can do this all day, better all night, roll up, lay back in the all white, no need for the dark cause it's all light, one war with Jesus in its own sight, at this man on your handle with a candle that'll never go out until he calls me home. I speak spirit with the lyrics till you hear it, it's almost just like God called your phone. I'm in his zone like I'm heaven sent, sip new wine like I'm heaven bent, he owns it all, he don't pay no rent, the camp's so deep you can pop a tent. I'm waking up, I'm feeling good, I'm coming through, straight in your hood, it's going down, so tell your friends, you know it's on, so let's begin. I'm waking up, feet on the floor, stretch my arms, bust down the door, walk right on in, and call his name, it's Jesus Christ, it's not a game. And I said, hold up, wait a minute, game
Game starting, I'm in it. King Shark and I kill it. One goal, one vision. One God, one mission. See how I'm living. When I'm back, that's fiction. All facts, not fiction. I ain't crippin', I'm Christian. Yeah, you woke, but I'm risen. Still none of y'all don't get it. I might put in your block with my speakers. Whoa, they playing box, I'm playing Jesus. Yeah, climb the surface like a Peter. Fishing for cash, I'm fishing people. Yeah, you gonna need more people to hold me back, cause I'm waking it up and I'm getting it started. The next time they ask you who it is, say it's the web slinger. They call me Young
I'm
Parker.
waking up, I'm feeling good. I'm coming through, straight in your hood. It's going down, so tell your friends, you know it's on. So let's begin. I'm waking up, feet on the floor. Stretch my arms, bust down the door. Walk right on in and call his name. It's Jesus Christ, it's not a game. And wake up.
Romans chapter 13 verse 11. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe.
And wake up.
Just Clay Young Parker, it's time to wake up.
And wake up. 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 And wake up. 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 And wake up. 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 And wake up.
Yeah. Spiritified Cathedral. Time for y'all to wake up. You been asleep too long.
I'm waking
Kingdom.
up. I'm
Culture.
feeling good. I'm coming through. Straight in your hood.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I just got to admit how good you be. Just the way you're holding it down for me. And there is no other love out there for me. You just keep bringing out the best in me. Oh, I gotta tell somebody. You've been to me. Despite all my issues and all of my problems. Cause when I need you, you do the impossible. You always be there with me, no matter where I go. Cause you're a good God. That's all I'm trying to say. You're a good she keep on making a way for me. You're a good God. Good God, good God. You open doors and keep making ways for me. I once was blind, but because of you, I see. Over and over, you supply my needs. You pick me up out of the miry clay, set me up on the ride to stay. See, I'm trying to tell somebody. Despite of my issues and all of my problems, when I need you, you be there all the time. It's just a privilege just to say you're a friend of mine. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Can't find nobody no better nowhere. You never left me alone, you stay right there. That's how I know you care. You stay being good to me, even when I'm acting shady, yeah. Now you understanding me, it feels so good, it's crazy, I just wish I had one witness that knows what I'm talking about. He's a good God, good God. And there's nobody like him. Can't nobody do me like Jesus. I don't know nobody. Good God. Yeah. I serve a mighty good God. Yeah. I serve a mighty good God. Yeah. I serve a mighty good God. Yeah, a good God, good God. Good God, good God. yeah. I just got to admit how good you be. Just the way you're holding it down for me. And there is no other love out there for me. You just keep bringing out the best in me. Oh, I gotta tell somebody. Just how you been to me. Despite all my issues and all of my problems. Cause when I need you, you do the impossible. You always be there with me.
I got this now.
Baby boy on the track, baby boy on the track, baby boy
Yeah.
on the track.
Yeah. Spiritual warfare, baby. There's a war out here. You fight with the wrong utensils. Yeah. It's all in your mind, baby. Yeah.
Can you imagine having no bragging about toe tagging, fofo madness, close cags, and we need no more bastards. From Alaska to Nazareth, the madness has to stop. And it's hazardous, no matter about the cash you got. Being strangled by the Star-Spangled Banner, that's why I take a knee. The Kaepernick rolled the parts that I take a seat. She had to rest her feet, so let her rest in peace. Accept defeat, America, please let us free. Y'all think I'm acting wrong, let the facts be known. Gritting my teeth, listen to Michael Jackson's song.
I don't really care about us.
Satisfaction's gone, click clack to the dome. Can't relax at home. In a city where the scratches for business, something is itchy. Try to get it, gotta go and feel the feeling. The penitentiary, seriously, we tired of the misery. We're part of the history. Remember me that the people need us to be relieved and be released. Yeah. Tired of shit, even religious, they rolling in clicks. Purple rain got me feeling like Prince. World the same, got me feeling intense. I was in the game, now sit on the bench. You in the shade, they pray for the kids. Coach Scott, she stay in the mix. Pray for the game, who bang for the chips. Yes, it's selling at a clips. Ain't it a trip? We hating each other for nothing. Police hating my color for nothing. Destructive, the justice, the system corrupted. Hard to follow instructions. Government not up for discussion. Drilling and rushing. Cops killing in public, not getting punished yet. It's all wrong. In your mind, it's all gone. Trying to take us away like Calgon. How long you expect us to be calm like peons? Want the free like freons for eons. Never that. Ain't selling out for the cheese like Pepper Jack. Put me in a pulpit with Pastor Mason Bethel at. Infesting rats. Who you reject the trap? You don't respect the fact the system has held us back. whisper of a snake with one bite trying to slave us. We're separated from God and I in need of a savior. I lay down my life, how can I ever repay it? I'm lifting up my hands, I'm crying out upon my knees. I wanna know you more, Lord, please, would you speak to me? I don't wanna live with pride, I don't wanna live a lie. I don't wanna live another night without you by my side. I wanna know you more, Lord. Yeah, yeah. I surrender to you. I surrender to you. I surrender to you. Let your mercy rain on me, oh Lord, oh Lord. Break these chains, set me free. I wanna know, I wanna know, I wanna know, I wanna know you're my king. Let your spirit follow me. I surrender to you. Time after time again, there I heard again. Ignite this holy fire deep down within. Like that Samaritan woman, I don't wanna thirst again. Let your living water flow like rivers deep within my soul. I'm holding my hands out, would you carry me? When I step off this boat, I don't want no fear in me. Yeah, and crush me down, yeah, and crush me more. Yeah, and build me up, yeah, and make me yours. I wanna know you more, Lord. Yeah, yeah. I surrender to you. I surrender to you. I surrender to you. Let your mercy rain on me, oh Lord, oh Lord. Break these chains, set me free. I wanna know, I wanna know, I wanna know, I wanna know you're my king. Let your spirit follow me. I surrender to you. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus.
Hey, yeah. It's a praise party. We're gonna praise him all night long. It's a praise party. We don't know when we're going home. It's a praise party. We're gonna praise him all night long. It's a praise party. We don't know when we're going home.
Ain't got no worries, ain't got no stress. Opened my eyes and I knew I was blessed. Been a long week, whole lot of gloom. I need to dance, don't give me some room. Don't need nobody to wait up for me. I'm gonna dance till I get free. Yeah. Look at the devil, he's getting all excited. Somebody tell him he's not invited.
Praise party.
Yeah, yeah, we're gonna
Praise him all night long.
yeah, 'cause it's a praise party. We don't know
When we're going home.
yeah,
It's a praise party.
it's a praise party.
Praise him all night long.
It might be after midnight, I don't know.
Praise party.
Yeah, we don't know.
When we're going home.
I checked your name and you're on the list. Blessings are coming, the show won't miss. There are some things that we need to fix. Somebody homeless, somebody been sick. Lay down your purse, take off your shoes. God's been good, gotta spread the news. I see the devil, he's getting all excited. I thought I told him he's not invited. This is only for God's people.
Praise him
home late tonight till I get free. Listen, yeah, 'cause it's a praise party. Come on, let's praise him all night long. Everything that happened, come on and praise his name. Yeah, it's a praise party. You ought to lift your hands right there. Praise him all night long. Somebody clap your hands. Stomp your feet. We don't know where we're going home. Everything that has breath, come on and praise his name. Get up out of your seat. Move to your left. Move to your right. Come on and praise his name. Sing a song. Do your dance.
Waking up to the light of a brand new day. Thank you, Lord, what I say when I kneel and pray. So fresh, so clean, now I'm on my way. Yeah, I'm on my way. Come on. Gripping grain as I'm flipping through the neighborhood. Car clean, music loud, and I'm feeling good. God's son on the plate, so it's understood. It's understood. People pointing at the light like they wanna fight. Yeah, they mad and they say I ain't living right. Come on, y'all, I'm just out there trying to be the light. Trying to be the light. My walk, my talk, my swag. Everything you say make me bad. That's what he gon' use right now today. Yeah, here we go. You might not like how I walk, might can't stand how I talk. I might not be what you thought, but that's okay. I know just what to say when I kneel and I pray. Come on, here we go. He'll make a way for me today. For me today. Waking up, power up, man, let's get it in. Pray for the blessed life now I'm living in. Y'all don't know about the things that I'm up against. Yeah, here we go. On this highway of life, yeah, I'm switching lanes. Moving fast, too fast to remain the same. Watch the road, cause it's slick from the oil and rain. Fake friends really hating at their enemies. All mad cause I'm trying to chase their enemy. I'm just walking in the life that he gave to me. My walk, my talk, my swag. Everything you say make me bad. That's what he gon' use right now today. Yeah, here we go. You might not like how I walk, might can't stand how I talk. I might not be what you thought, but that's okay. I know just what to say when I kneel and I pray. He said he'll make a way for me today. Here we go, here we go. Might not like how I walk, might can't stand how I talk. I might not be what you thought, but that's okay. I know just what to say when I kneel and I pray. Here we go. He said he'll make a way for me today. Yeah.
Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. He is the reason why we live, we breathe, we move, we have our being. Everything that we are is only because of everything that he's done, everything that he is, and everything that he's yet doing.
Hello, I am Minister John E. Ross.
come night, nor the years draw nigh. Thou should have no pleasure in them. Jesus is calling while you're young. He's soon to come. It's never too late. Won't you give him your life today? Do you remember?
Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth.
While the evil days come night, nor the years draw nigh, and thou shalt have no pleasure in them. Jesus is calling while you're young. He is soon to come. It's never too late. What you giving in life today? Won't you remember?
Thy Creator in the days of thy youth. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth.
Christ on your side, you can make it. 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 Yeah.
With Christ on your side, you can make it. For with Christ on your side, you can make it. For with Christ on your side, you can make it.
Jesus is calling. Jesus is calling. Jesus is calling. Hear him calling you. Jesus is calling. Jesus is calling. Jesus is calling. Hear him calling you. Jesus is calling. Say he's calling. Jesus is calling. Hear him calling you. Jesus is calling.
He's calling.
Jesus is calling. Hear him calling you.
Remember he called from day one. Remember them times you had the stacks and the guns. Remember them times where everything went wrong and you blamed everyone else with that same old song. It got old. You gotta call your maker. Don't let God become paper. Nobody's beyond redemption, man. Jesus can save you. And truth be told, he's a righteous savior. Live it, homie. You got a calling on your life. You heard me right. He chose you. You don't think he knows what's going on? He know you. Just like you, I was born from sin. Now I'm born again. And if you look within, you'll find purpose again. Nobody's meaningless, man. Cause God got a plan. Look, open your heart. If you down and out, God is all you got. He'll lift you up. So remember that Creator.
Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning.
Weeping may endure for a night, but joy will come in the morning. Trials will come, but they will go. Remember, joy will come in the morning. The clouds will pass in the morning. The sun will shine at the dawning of the day. Just hold on. Speak the word, keep the faith. Just hold on. At the dawning of the day, just hold on. Speak the word, keep the faith. Just hold on. Deliverance will come in the morning. In the morning. In the morning, alright. In the morning, I know it's hurting right now. In the morning, joy will the sun will shine at the dawning of the day. Just speak the word, keep the faith. Just hold on, joy will come in the morning. In the La la la, la la la, la la la, la la la. This vibe here got me out of control. Watch me dance just a little bit. Watch me dance just a little bit. Watch me dance just a little bit. La la la, la la la, la la la.
I know I messed up, but I tried. I really need you to get by. Had to swallow my pride. Now your boy is on fire. Back then didn't want me. Now I'm hot all on me. Spirit of God all on me. Ain't got time to be phony. Lift him up just a little bit. MG with another hit. John B all over it. Word of God is my origin.
This vibe here got me out of control. Watch me dance just a little bit. Watch me dance just a little bit. Watch me dance just a little bit. La la la, la la la, la la la. Who said the church can't swag it out? Watch your boy spit just a little bit. Preacher come down from the pulpit. This one got God all over it. This song got me pure trembling. Yes, I'm filled with love and adrenaline. Even the angels are shivering. My flow cold, but Christ moving in. Tic-tac-toe, I'm allowing him. X with I-O, and I'm back again. I just reload, let the record spin. I just reload, let the record spin. This vibe here got me out of control. Watch me dance just a little bit. Watch me dance just a little bit. Watch me dance just a little bit. La la la, la la la, la la la. This vibe here got me out of control. Watch me dance just a little bit. Watch me dance just a little bit. Watch me dance just a little bit. La la la, la la la, la la la.
I think I need a little calibration. I'ma let Jesus take control. I think I need a little was seeking perfection. I can do all things through Christ, who strengthens me. I'm saved for life. Who says that a Christian can't turn up? All the glory, all the praise to Jesus. I think I need a little calibration. $100 pockets and billionaire relation. When I say praise, you say praise him. Praise, praise him, praise, praise him. When I say praise.
We're grateful for who God is. That list of names given, holy and mighty and all of that, that's just the beginning of things. When Jesus was jousting with the Pharisees, Jesus made it clear to them that when you start talking about me, you're talking about something that surpasses Abraham. Because before Abraham was, he said, my name is I am. In other words, when you open up the book to look at all of the good things that a person can possibly be mighty.